Sarcastic Husband Reviews. Hey guys, welcome back to Sarcastic Husband Show. I'm the Sarcastic Husband. Today I'm doing a quick review of Castlevania Requiem, a port of two Castlevania games, two of my favorite Castlevania games, both Rondo of Blood and Symphonies of the Night. First of all, I'll get this out of the way. This is a port of a port of a port. This is a port of the PSP version of the Castlevania X Chronicles without the 3D remake of Rondo of Blood. So if that turns you off, I wouldn't get it right now off the bat. But if you're curious, why don't you stay with me and we'll talk about it. So first and foremost, we're going to start with Rondo of Blood, one of my favorite Castlevania games, probably one of my all-time favorites. It was released for the TurboGrafx CD add-on in 1993. This remake is the English version that was featured in the PSP remake. If you want the original Japanese, it's not too hard to track down, but you can get it. You used to be able to get it on the Wii U Virtual Console, which has since shut down, but I believe they were talking about porting it over to the Wii U eShop. We'll see what happens. This game features CD quality sound for the first time, has multiple characters, both Richter Belmont and Maria Renard. Richter controls like your standard Castlevania Belmont. He has a whip, single jump, he can do a double jump backwards, can use items, and if he has enough hearts, he can do an item crash, which is a higher end ability. Maria Renard has birds, she can do a double jump, she can slide, and she has animal friends that will screw shit up with her little item crash ability. She's kind of like a glass cannon. She's does a lot of damage but can be knocked down with low defense, not as strong as Richter. And because this is the port of the CD of the PSP version of the game, featuring the English dialogue recut, this does have the bad lip syncing, just as a added bonus, so keep that in mind. There are multiple different paths, 11 stages, 3 girls to find. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed this game immensely. Even this is my 5th or 6th time playing through it all the way through. I highly recommend it. It's probably considered to be one of the best classic Castlevania games. It does not have that Metroidvania style. It is a straight level-to-level jump with platformings. I highly recommend you pick it up. It's a good game. It's one of my favorite games. As far as this port goes, it's a decent port, but if you're a traditionalist, keep in mind the lip syncing does mess up, and there is a little bit of audio hiccups here and there. Other than that, it's a okay port. If you need a traditional port, I would recommend you track down the Japanese version on the Wii Virtual Console. Sometimes you can see those consoles go up on eBay for a little bit extra money, but I would take a look. Keep in mind that is Castlevania Symphonies of the Night Castlevania Rondo of Blood. Next up, we have the PlayStation 1 Legend Symphonies of the Night for the PlayStation 4. That's because this whole package is only for the PlayStation 4. Now, if you've never played Symphonies of the Night, this is a good port. If you're a traditionalist, I recommend you download the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 1 Classics version of it to get the complete port. This is a port of the PSP version of the game. The only reason I know is it still has the weird glitch where Alucard can, sneak through and not get everything taken by death. Screwed me over. Couldn't figure out what happened. Walked back and forth. Looked very confused. I kept all his equipment. The storyline of this game is you play Dracula's son, Count Alucard. He is going to kill Dracula and remove Dracula's castle from the landscape. The castle's come back, and Richter Belmont seems to be in charge of the whole damn thing. So you have to figure out what's going on. The game is the same game as you always have been, except again this has the new dialogue from the PSP port. So if you missed that old cheesy dialogue from the PS1 era, that's not here. It has a recut voice acting. Storyline has been changed, not a lot, but just more to make more sense. So those funny odd cutball cutscenes are gone. It's a good game. It's the same game you played back in '97 or sooner if you got the Xbox 360 version of this game. Nothing has really changed. It's still Metroidvania. You need to collect all the items to unlock different doors to be able to get to the final room and beat the game. As ports go, this does include Maria, which was not included in the PS1 original, but she's not like the Saturn version is from the PSP version, so certain things don't work. She needs more items sometimes to use her item crash and special abilities. Overall, it's a good port if you know what you're getting into. If you don't own a copy, this is a good way to start into one. Unless you're a traditionalist, and I recommend you get a PS3 and start playing the original, or PS1 and get the original. Overall, for the package, it's $20, 2 solid games. If you don't already own them, it's a good deal. If you do already own them, I don't see a reason why you'd want to pick up this port. Again, this is a very lazy port. There's nothing extra here. It's a very, very lackluster. All they did was take the PSP emulated copies of the games and throw it on a PlayStation 4. So, yeah, that's my recommendation. If you own it, cool. If you don't, if you already own these games, you don't need to pick them up a second time. If you don't own these games and want to try them out, this is a good way to do it for your PlayStation 4. Alright guys, if you guys like, give me a thumbs up below and take it easy.